So this is, I don't know what is old and what is new, but I strongly believe in that. If we give that freedom, it's not that nobody can give freedom to anyone, but if we can at least listen to the children, what do they want to do, and we know that what are good at. So it is definitely, it is a better system, which we are not doing, sorry to say. Many children are quite good in visual arts and quite good in sports. So I think we'll have to see what are they good at. So, but yeah, definitely you need some expert for that. Only one person cannot do everything, especially when we deal with the children. One person cannot do it. So you have to involve people, those who are good at certain things. But yes, extracurricular activities are definitely, I mean, it is a must. It is not extra. It's a must. So where the children can think. So our motto is always to make them think whatever they like. There is nothing wrong and right, but they should start thinking. We have students from 6 years to 18, 19 years. So definitely they are not happy, and they don't learn only through textbooks. It's obvious, textbook and notebooks. That is why we explore different things. As I mentioned, one more important, very important thing is the competition. We are very much into competitions, and then competitions do not help us. Do not help us.
Mr. Shmuel wants to ask a question on video.
Okay, thank you very much. Very interesting presentation. I am from Israel, and I am too not completed school. I without school education, and I want to ask you a question. Is it you offer to cancel the old school and to create a new school? School that will be good, school that will be relevant for 21 century.
You mentioned is man to trying to create a new school of the 21st century and change ways of the old school, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, cancel old school and create a new school that's relevant for
counsel the old school. Right. Okay.
What is the question?
If you're trying to counsel the old school and create a new system about it.
Yes, definitely. So this is, I don't know what is old and what is new, but I strongly believe in that. If we give that freedom, it's not that nobody can give freedom to anyone, but if we can at least listen to the children, what do they want to do, and we know that what are good at. So it is definitely, it is a better system, which we are not doing, sorry to say.
I hope so that answers your question.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. And the next question is, ma'am, I work with rural children and most of them are not very proficient in studies, but excellent in drawing, which even I cannot draw. How and what should I do to guide such students?
So I'm not sure about other systems, but in our country, in India, one question to you, whoever asked, are you the only one to there in the school? I'm teaching the only one, if you can. And if the children are good in drawing, actually visual arts are naturally, many children are quite good in visual arts and quite good in sports. So I think we'll have to see what are they good at. So, but yeah, definitely you need some expert for that. Only one person cannot do everything, especially when we deal with the children. One person cannot do it. So if you ask me, though I am heading Pathshala, but I am very bad at visual art. So we have one very good teacher, creative, and she is very good. I cannot dance, so there are good dance teachers. So we have to think about that. So you have to involve people, those who are good at certain things. But yes, extracurricular activities are definitely, I mean, it is a must. It is not extra. It's a must.
It's not extra. Ma'am, a question from Praveer Balika. Today, where most of the students are going to schools as well as for personal tuitions and paying almost same amount of fees. schools don't even make sense to me. Do you think NIOS is better option that would give time to breathe, think, and spend more time with surroundings to understand and realize where one stands? And of course, the answer is for parents to realize the fact.
It's always like that. So NIOS is the assessment board. I mean, they will assess how the children, how the students have learned again academic, not extracurricular activities. It depends on the parents how to go about that, because children in our country, unfortunately, children cannot take the decisions that whether they want to go to the school. But it reminds me of Dr. Manish Jain. I think he is a creative director of IIT Gandhinagar, if I remember correctly. So he said he came here in Baroda. So we went there. So the first thing he said, remove the attendance part and see how many people are coming, how many children are coming. Then only you will be considered as a good teacher. So obviously, I mean, we have certain rules and we ask the students to abide by those rules. And if they are out of that rules, we ask them to go out of the school. So that is a very, very standard procedure we follow. And yes, NIOS as any other boards, like any other boards, NIOS is a board. So, acha, now one more thing. Nowadays, quite a few parents, they have started homeschooling. So I haven't met anyone like this, but our Pathshala is kind of homeschooling. It is the curriculum is decided by us. How to teach is decided by us, and we have taken NIOS. And NIOS is from class 8 to 12, 8, 10, 12. For these three classes, we have taken NIOS. Children will take NIOS exams. But before that, we explored different things. I can give you some example. We have a subject called Our Country. We have a subject Rama and Mahabharat. We have a subject Happiness Class. So all these things are there. So where the children can think. So our motto is always to make them think whatever they like. There is nothing wrong and right, but they should start thinking. So NIOS is a separate thing. And yeah, if you are a child, I do not know, if you are a student, then to some extent you will have to depend on your parents. And if you cannot depend, then convince them. Convince them that I want this thing. You can. Finally, we as parents, if I consider me as a parent, I would want definitely my child to be happy. I would want that. My process might be, I may be wrong in that way. I mean, how to go to happiness, I reach happiness in life. I may be wrong in that. There, you will have to convince. It is not easy. It is difficult, but you can.
This is particularly for Gen Z students, whether they like practical, visual, interactive, or text learning more.
I don't think I like text
suggest
learning. See, we are working with
Right.
Gen Z. Pathshala, we have students from 6 years to 18, 19 years. So definitely they are not happy and they don't learn only through textbooks. It's obvious, textbook and notebooks. That is why we explore different things. As I mentioned, that we have project-based learning, which is experiential learning. So, I will give you an example. We have project-based learning, and there we have 3 phases: first phase, second phase, and third phase. So in third phase, where the culmination part happens, then there they can they can express their views, they can express their learnings through different things. It's not only writing, it can be model, it can be through clay model, it can be through drawing, it can be through PowerPoint presentation, it can be through writing as well. So whatever they're good at, they think and they express their thoughts like this. So it's working for them. I can see it's working for them. So not textbook, definitely not only textbook. But I'm saying not only
Right.
textbook can be there definitely, but along with that, with the same importance, other things must also be there.
Thank you. The next question is from Bhaskar Datta Gupta. How do we change the mindset of parents and even teachers?
Very difficult question. Very difficult question. I think we will have to keep on going, those who think differently. So we'll have to keep on going and keep on talking, like in WishwaTalks. And we are telling people to get convinced. Better way to do is to talk. Talking to the children, talking to the those who are learning. So it is always better. It is always easier to convince them. It is very difficult, but it is extremely difficult to convince the parents and the system But people are doing. I can see people are doing. But again, one more very important thing is the competition. We are very much into competitions, and then competitions do not help us. Do not help us.
Right.
I mean, I can say with full of confidence, the competitions do not. I have been brought up in the ambience of competition, but it did not help me.
Right.
When we gave up competition in Pathshala, we are better people, and we are more happier than.
Yes, I completely agree with you there, ma'am. I like while I was in the schools that you previously mentioned, the environment was extremely competitive. And once we step out of that, what happens is the students start helping each other more, I believe. They start helping each other fill in each other's gaps. And they don't take it the other way in that, okay, if I teach this, he'll get better than me or anything like that. It ends up being a more homogeneous organic system of beings interacting with each other. Thank you so much for that, ma'am.
Yes, somebody is raising hand. Bhaskar Datta Gupta raising hands.
Kindly unmute yourself. I've prompted you to unmute.
Okay. Visiting Pachala is always a delight because, as we've seen, these kids' response, they are so creative. They have a mind of their own and they come up with such wonderful solutions. It's an energizing experience when we visit Pachala. But about team player, I have a somewhat a different perspective because I feel there are solo players who may have some baggages or may have some difficulty, and I don't think force works because that would make them. I feel that's my opinion that there are people who work better when they're left to themselves, and maybe with time they may come forward and participate more. Pachala is a model school, and it is like a model school with hands-on learning, and you can see the children from the background from which they come and the way they come up with creative solutions is just mind-blowing.
Thank
And
you.
that speaks of volumes about the teachers also. There is
Very
so much compassion because you have to be the change that you want to see. If you want to see change in the students, the teachers have to be role models. The only thing is, I think parents and the society as a whole needs to change, create avenues for earning a living for children who are a little different. And another thing, which is perhaps a little, I'm deviating a little from the topic because I have seen children to be very cruel at times to solo players. They can be a little mindless, but in Pachala, of course, I haven't seen any. But in school or when I go down for a walk, I can see kids, being up. There's an autistic child and they laugh at her. And so this kind of integrated schools, unless the mindset is changed, nothing will change. But of course,
I just want to add one more thing. I fully agree with what Devishri said. See, Pathshala has an advantage because they're starting with a clean slate. There is no parental conditioning with the people who are there. In the name of education, outside Pathshala, there's a lot of parental conditioning which is coming in the way.
yeah, definitely.
And one more thing I want to add, the bottom line of everything is survival. After learning all that, I must survive. That means I have to earn. The traditional way, there may be few defined areas where you can earn. Like today, you find a lot of youngsters, they don't want to join any company. They are spending time in a new startup. A lot of new startup businesses are coming. I think it is better to nucleate this thought in the children that if you have to make your own society and whatever you have, if you have to survive, what would you like to do? Please start also thinking.
And also, the world as we see it today proves that only intelligence or developing the intellect is not enough.
Exactly.
More compassion and more empathy. And it's the schools, definitely the education system.
Definition of success has to change. Conventional definition of success has to change.
Sorry to have taken up so much time.
So, seeing them doesn't mean that way, but I don't know whether you have seen it or not.
I know you mean encouraging them.
Encouraging at times solo player. We have in Pathshala two, three solo players. So they can't work in team. We know that. So in that case, we have to force them to work in team. We take your own team. I mean, you select and then you have to work with team. So otherwise, they will be like this throughout life. And if we don't tell them, then they would think that, hey, this is right way to do.
I don't know. I can't. I myself am speaking about myself. I work best when I'm with myself, left to myself.
Share you.
Honestly. But of course, I love to, exchange ideas and mix with people, but a selective few, maybe.
You don't have to feel up. Thank you. Thank you for
Ishant,
joining us.
have you studied under Devishri? No, na? I mean, Devishri
No,
was
ma'am.
there. You were there, na? She was
No.
also there.
Oh, okay.
Mother.
Trishant was in there.
Oh, I see. I think I left before he was, I think I
Right.
in the higher
Right.
classes. Yeah, probably.
Hi, ma'am.
Okay.
Duka ma'am is mute. Yes.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
I'm happy to share some of my experiences. Both Juin and Debashri Dutta Gupta were my colleagues at New Era. I was there till 2005. I don't know when Dishant left.
I came in 3 years after that, and I left I came in 2008 7 to 10.
Okay. Okay.
I
I
was
have
there for
not
3
talked to
years.
you, Dishant, but
No.
from what I have heard from about you today, from you, I am sure you would have been a wonderful student. Both Juin, again I repeat, both Juin and Debashri were my colleagues, and we had a wonderful time sharing our experiences and helping out each other, etc. And again, I would like to reiterate, let us not call it again extra, we will also call it co-curricular activities. And we did a lot of them. Juin library was the hub of New Era. Everything
Absolutely.
happened there under Juin's guidance, leadership, and we were always there going out for Moon, In Moon, Delhi, Lucknow, where we were going, and that was the hub, and Juin was always there to help us, and we were always, and we also got a lot of encouragement from our principal, Mrs. Kelkar, who I consider
Very good.
as my mentor. Later on, Dishant, this is for your information. 2005, I moved as principal of Bright CBSE Vasna.
Oh, okay. I left Bright and I joined New Era in 7.
Yeah. So co-curricular activities and experiential learning, what Juin is doing a very good job. And what I would like to share is in project-based learning, which is a very important part of the teaching learning process. I would make it a point to, when you ask children form your groups, they usually, what they do is they choose their friends as their groups. Okay. So once or twice I will intervene and I will say, okay, I would want always a mixed group. So I would say some girls and some boys together. And then what they used to say, do invariably, one child who was most confident and very good, उसको भेज देते थे presentation करने. मैं बोलती थी ऐसा नहीं चलेगा. All of you have to present. So all of you prepare and all of you prepare amongst yourselves. Come to the stage or the dais and all of you prepare. So project learning mein mixed groups, I used to insist on mixed groups. First time, second time, third time, then once in a while, okay, form your own groups with your friends. So I used to insist on mixed groups because when we go out into the world, we always have to work with the other gender. So it's good that we start learning how to adjust with them and to work with them. And secondly, all of you will be presenting because I did this sort of thing when I was in IIM Ahmedabad also for a week, principals training, and there they also liked that each one of you, about 6 or 7 in our group, and each one of us had to say something about our PowerPoint presentation. Some, those who are very good, would start and others would be in between or in the end, 1 or 2 lines, but everybody had to say something. So slowly we would develop their confidence and things like that. As a principal, I would always teach. I would also teach social science, which is my favorite subject. And then I don't remember much, but I did whatever I could. And after 44 years of my teaching experience, I retired as a principal and now I am at home, just listening to these sort of workshops and contributing in whatever way I can.
Thank you so much for joining us, ma'am.
Thank you.
No, welcome. She asked me today, Only she just sent. I said, no, definitely I will join. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.